Vici Gaming have shown that they have the coordination, they have the experience to execute this ridiculous
They might actually
team
want
fight.
to do like some aggro lane though, like with Queen of Pain safe lane and maybe Shadow Demon plus Sada to contest. I'm not sure though. We'll see.
Yeah, the Shadow Demon grab is still very peculiar to me. I'm very interested to see its plan in motion, and can't fault Lanham, at all. So I'm sure he has a plan in mind. He's very, very experienced, and he's actually going to be taking Shadow Demon in his own reign. So this will be really exciting. So I'll kind of pose the same question I asked last time. Is there more importance on one of these teams to quickly get a better laning start real fast, Winner?
I think Ehome needs a very good start this game.
Same thing?
I fully agree. Again.
Well, we already have early TPs coming out here. Let's go ahead and without further ado, throw it over to Whocasters. It's going to be LD and Gods. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you very much, Kado Guy. We are live here in Singapore, getting ready for game number 2 as the Nanyang Championships opening day of bracket action continues. Ehome trailing Vici Gaming 1-0, but they're going to find a wild FY off the bat. 11 given the old crush, and then a couple of extra smacks for good measure. FY did already drop his ward down in the lane, and 11 will be forced back in the end. FY, even if he skilled Glimpse here, God, I don't think he would quite have the range. The courier's going to come in, delivers his items, but he will be forced to let the Slardar walk away. So, what are your thoughts on the draft here? We heard from the analyst gods, a bit of a change up from Ehome. They got more of a true right clicker with the Wind Ranger to combo with the Slardar. And the other hero that's a bit curious this game is the Shadow Demon. Yeah. Why Shadow Demon this game?
I mean, looking at all their past game, when they have the Earthshaker, it's normally the Ancient Apparition as a support for Lanham that partners with it, but I think they wanted a hero with more defensive capabilities. Vici Gaming were very aggressive, had incredible team fight last game as well as this game, and ST just a good kind of counterplay hero as far as what he can offer with the disruption and then the BKB piercing slow.
Battle begins.
Definitely interesting there, and the other thing that I don't think the analysts really talked about too much was, and you mentioned during the draft, is Darkseer ignored.
Yeah.
What's going on with that? Could have fit both drafts really well, and I mean, they both certainly can play it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I think it's like a player, like hero preference. With Vici Gaming, they like to run the FY greed. Normally it's the greedy Winter Wyvern. He's going to play the disruptor, but Ice Ace more often than not is on the tusk for Vici Gaming.
You know, the last FY, I've brought this up like 10 times in cast. I'm going to do it one more time because it was still one of the most entertaining games I've ever seen. Last time I saw an FY disruptor that really comes to mind was his Midas Refresher Eggs disruptor.
Well,
is the dream alive? Is it possible?
Very possible, because Burning is often looking to rotate off the safe lane, look to help out the team. Once he gets that kind of level 7, level 8, he opens up the safe lane for FY to farm. Typically, we saw this in the tiebreaker match when they played up against Liquid. It was on the Winter Wyvern that game. This time around it's a Disruptor, but he's taken over the safe lane, getting a lot of farm, a lot of levels, more than most support players get.
So early on, it is just a Slardar solo off lane here, not getting any help. And I think they thought FY was warding in the area when he found him off in the trees. Was not the case, so a slightly wasted sentry from Vici Gaming. Or rather, from Ehome earlier.
That was Ehome. Yeah, he was looking for the counter ward on the rune spot there.
Yeah, FY was just scouting out. They are going to get an initial fissure off on Super, some harass from Old Chicken. Meanwhile, top lane looks like there's a rumble breaking out. They've isolated Ice. They completely trapped him in with the disruption. His own shards even working against him there. And they will find the first blood on Barrel.
And that's the big change up this game for Ehome, is actually putting CTY on Queen of Pain. He had some incredible performances on the co-op during the group stage, and I don't feel like Old Chicken played poorly last game, but it seems Ehome get more out of the co-op from CTY coming out of the safe lane than they do when it's played mid.
It definitely gives you that flexibility as a hero. Old Chicken dodging, actually not dodging the raid. That was too close for comfort. Aka was in position mid, but a Radiant Ward scouted him out, so not able to find the opening there. Out of back and forth here early on. Fenrir moving past the river, up the ramp, bullying this poor Earthshaker early on. That's 11. Will chase out FY, gets Glimpse back, and not going to bother with the crush. Will be a bounty rune for FY. Sweet grab for him, and meanwhile a regen for your Shadow Demon. So what do you expect to see out of the Shadow Demon gods? Historically, this is often a dual roam hero, someone who ganks a lot early. There's been, some discussion about trying to really abuse the jungle with Shadow Poison and farm a lot on this hero. How do you see Lanham fitting into the game plan?
I think he's going to be the setup for this team, so it means they have some gank initiation before 11 gets a blink. We saw with Misery, he can get zoned out, gets pressured a lot on the offlane Slardar, and you don't get a good blink timing, and that's where when you want to go for that kind of maybe 10-minute smoke gank where you don't have a blink initiator, disruption acts as a great way to start off a team fight, or even just a pick-off.
And it was mentioned by Winter that the Purge can be... Actually, I think it's pretty strong against the Gyrocopter just because his base range is very low. Yeah, sure, you flat cannon, you got to be able to hit that initial target.
Stops Rocket Barrages, and for at least the first, for the first 30 minutes of the game and more, Rocket Barrage is a big portion of Gyrocopter's damage.
Shadow Fiend, generally not so much with the long range, but they are going to snowball onto Old Chicken. Hey, buddy! Ice trying to catch him out, but he heads the other direction. The Fisher's there to disengage. Well handled by the Chicken. They'll make it out. Fenrir also just kind of poking his head out mid, but unable to get anything done. He has been busy, though, stacking the jungle. Triple stack now up. The Radiant Shadow Fiend, just classic Shadow Fiend opening here. And in the end, they are at least securing his farm, if nothing else. But, oh, look at it. Look at this. Burning is having a good game in the safe lane. 18, not 20 and 9. Around this time, Ehome, they decide to smoke. Where do they want to go?
Not to the Gyrocopter. These two heroes cannot get kills on their own unless it's like a level 1 support, so for them the ideal is to smoke towards where a core hero is, in this case the Wind Ranger, and look for a first blood.
Oh dear, Super, this is a round when the neutrals get stacked. A beautiful timing as the Wyvern's not home. He's busy trying to get greedy. Super, tackle shot not going to connect, doesn't matter. Down goes the Fiend. Fenrir will take over the lane, but I really like the timing on that, guys. They pretty much knew the Wyvern was going to be off in the woods.
Wyvern stacking and not able to help out there, and also Wyvern's still level 1. They know that even if the Wyvern's there's no Cold Embrace to save Super Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, he's still level 1. That's 4 minutes in. You often see him leech just enough to at least get the Embrace, but you're right, there's not a whole lot he can do. He's going to Arctic Burn. Trying to harass 11 a bit, but unable to really follow this up. And so now Old Chicken does have the lead mid, 19 to 14 CS. Super only 7 souls after the death. He will have to come back gold in the jungle as they drop a ward, but this one's scouted. A Dire Observer ward that got planted in the midst of that aggression. So Super may be very quickly de-warded. You can see the investment for both teams. The hill vision ever so important with all the roaming heroes that can jump on mid. Meanwhile, top lane, Ice getting caught by the Fissures on their own side, but this is a quap. She might not care. Oh, she does. Ice will scurry away.
He's been cutting it very close. Even just about a minute ago when that kill happened mid, he had to TP out from a Shadow Demon disruption initiation, so it's been a tough lane for Ice, but still level 4 compared to the Slider, who's still just level 3. Slider can catch up on XP, though. I imagine when SF goes for the jungle stacks, we may see the Slider come and leech that XP just to get him up to that level 6. If not, now's the time to return bottom. It's pushed out to your tower. 11 desperately needs levels, more than he even needs farm right now.
And Burning has pushed this lane in a little bit, seeing that nobody's home. Trying to punish 11 for leaving the lane, but, well, fortunately for Vici, this means a free stack of neutrals. Fenrir, suddenly 3.5. Super, he'll clip 6, and pretty much makes up for the entire laning stage for the Shadow Fiend. Now, right there with the Wind Ranger, just... You know, Winter said focus on warding the camps either to gank them or just to deny the stacking, but we did not see it here from Ehome. Do you feel like they could have done more to shut him down, or is it just too difficult given the matchup?
I think it's a bit too early to really start making those aggressive rotations. FY. Uh-oh.
The crush, but the call down arrives. Daddy's home is Burning, charges on to Old Chicken. They're going to glimpse him back. Rocket Barrage played out 1 second time. He got the shackle, but it's not a very highly leveled shackle. And far too many rockets. The Wind Ranger, a big takedown here as Vici Gaming. But to gear up for what you mentioned, just that aggression from Burning. It honestly feels like he studied aggressive for TI, and he's just playing almost the exact same style of carry as of late, Gods.
Exact same style, but a very different kind of rotation. Normally you see the Gyro TP for those early ganks. This was just him running to the bottom rune, knowing that there's a good chance Ehome go for the 6-minute rune, and anticipating the Wind Ranger's movement to get that kill. And off of that, Vici Gaming find themselves in a pretty strong position. Burning now kind of low on mana, so if he wants to go for like a TP rotation, he's not going to really have the mana to support it. As actually brought out of clarity, this is crucial for your Gyrocopter to have the mana to support a TP smoke with someone like the Tusk most likely. And that's where you can find Tusk plus Gyrocopter can kill almost anyone on the map right now.
They did commit the rotation from the Ice Tusk, only level 4. Looking to move around early and use that Gyrocopter's high damage output to secure kills, and Vici Gaming looking to play the efficiency game. Now they're going to give Fenrir the mid lane, while Super farms the jungle. It feels like this is a hallmark of the new Vici. They used to be known for the early aggression gods, a lot of dual roaming, a lot of ganking. now it seems like more and more they are just trying to win the lanes through out-farming. We saw a Jungle Doom last game. Yeah, he ganked, but then he went back to farming. This game, we're just seeing really strong usage of the jungle. So they, as a team, are also evolving.
Yeah, very much a new Burning that we've seen since he's joined Vici Gaming. They're forcing him to play, well, not even forcing, that's the way that Vici Gaming have decided they want to draft things. Burning's been playing Gyrocopter, Juggernaut, much more just fighting style carry heroes. Even every now and then he'll have a game where he focuses more on his own farm. We saw one game of the Anti-Mage as well here in Singapore, but for the most part, it's just a completely new Burning that's kind of showing up.
Old Chicken trying to rush super to the rune. Shackle Shot gonna fly, and too late. He already grabbed it. He'll get an invis now. Doesn't have access to the Requiem yet, so the biggest kill potential, but could allow him to dodge out of one of these ganks. Overall, thoughts on the laning stage, Gods? As far as net worth goes, pretty dead even. Experience, hefty lead for Vici.
Yeah, I feel Vici Gaming didn't need the great early game, and the fact they come out even is to their favor. Ehome, on the other hand, have very kind of early game lane dominating heroes. You've got Queen of Pain, Wind Ranger. Slatter in the offlane, not a lane dominator by any means, but is a hero that wants team to have a good start so he can kind of snowball and make the most out of the hero.
Oh, FY, somehow he's already level 6. He will get crushed, but he's going to bring down the Slardar with him. Wow. While that's happening, top lane, Ice getting caught out. There's the counter kill. CTY killing off the Tusk. So a level 5 Tusk now. Your Slardar only 4.5. FY 6.5 already. These supports are so highly leveled.
Yeah,
he's higher leveled than 3 of the Dire heroes already.
Every time I see Vici Gaming play, they're doing this, getting huge amounts of experience on their supports, and not just to get them a fast level 6. You'll see FY continue to farm, take over the safe lane. If Burning rotates to go fight in the off lane or in the mid lane, FY doesn't normally follow him. He actually will stay bottom and take the farm that Burning leaves behind. And
how do you punish this? Because it seems like Vici's just getting too much out of the lanes most games.
You've got to kind of anticipate potential rotations. Don't let Burning succeed with those TP ganks, and then try and probably go for the kills on Disruptor, because he's often going to be alone playing that greedy farming support, and he's the easier kill to go for. Gyrocopter at this stage, phased, Aquila has some extra stats from the Belder Giant strength. He's not an easy kill to get, and if you go on him, you're likely going to take casualties in return from the cooldown from the Rocket Barrage.
11 is going to stack the Ancients, and now the 10-minute rune will spawn. It's going to be a bounty rune bottom. Is being also eyed up by FY, who has the glimpse available. He could go for this. It's level 4. Ehome got to be careful about how they retreat while that's happening. Ice. He chucks out the shards, but the follow-up's there. Quaffle, CTY, see you later. Ice. There ain't much of a John Cena. He's not doing the name proud, Gods. And you're not, no comment. No comment from Gods.
I'm just waiting for the next Ice name. I was just he told me it'd be a special big name today. I was disappointed, LD. I expected more.
I think everyone's disappointed in Mr. Ice as of late. Stop changing your name! Burning will back off bottom lane is... Looks like Vici Gaming closing in on the Winter's Curse now, and Super, suddenly the leader network together with the Gyro, they just get so much in terms of farm here. Old Chicken was fishing with the Shackle, but more importantly, top lane. There's going to be a 2-hero smoke. They've got the Static Storm. They're ready to roll on in 1 second time. CTY could get caught out here. Smoke about to be revealed. They get off the initial lightning, and now can glimpse the back uppercut. There gets the Static Storm off. Secures the kill. Not a whole hell of a lot Kaka could do about it. Cleanly executed gank by Vici. They get their levels, and now they look to punish.
Yeah, very polished, and this is all just while Super continues to farm. He's not being put under any more pressure in the mid lane. Not sure whether they can get this T1 tower as well at the top lane. Still fairly healthy, and Ehome may kind of put their foot down as far as Vici's aggression is concerned here. And with a TP to the top tier 2, Old Chicken is preparing to defend this one, but fairly low on HP already.
They keep 3 heroes near mid. Vici Gaming starting to press up on the tower. At the same time, FY getting kind of aggressive on Kaka. They have brought Old Chicken into position. It's going to be Lanham who tries to hold the line here mid. He does now have access to his ultimate. So a little more kill potential from your Shadow Demon. Old Chicken snagging a bounty room. Walking away, but here's Ice. Interrupts the jump, and then the Winter's Curse. Oh, God, that was just ugly.
Yikes.
Heavy
yeah.
commitment, but they get the kill.
That was just too greedy from Old Chicken. First he TP'd to the top tier 2 to help try and defend the top lane, but he didn't have the HP, so he went for the rune and then he just gives away a free kill.
Burning gets the tower, now they dive on the Kaka. Blitz is there, you're not going anywhere. FY again, smashing his way through the ranks of Ehome, who now find themselves looking to ascend a mountain quite far behind after this early start.
Vici Gaming, for the most part right now, are just outplaying Ehome. I don't really feel like the Vici, it's not like an outdraft issue right now. I think a slightly more well-rounded, better late game draft coming out of Vici, but this is where Ehome
Oh, he found another! He's got the mango! Doesn't even need it, it looks like. FY making the plays. This is clinical from Vici Gaming. Everything according to plan. They got the fast levels on the supports. They freely farmed the jungle. Ice. Yeah, he died a few times, but he occupied Ehome, protected Super in doing so a bit mid, and now, gods, they are taking advantage. What did Ehome do about this?
Well, they've got to find kills. They also want to try finish off the Slider Blink Dagger. That's going to be when they start chewing through their smokes, go one by one, keep looking for a pick off every single time they can with the Blink Crush, and until then, I don't really feel like they've got the best initiation.
There's the Shackle onto Super, and then the Focus Fire. Big commitment here. They have a fissure 1 second. Almost. Is he going to go for it? No, they missed the power shot on FY. They're a little confused about how to take this fight, and now purging FY. He gets off the Static Storm. Shrapnel don't check it. Even an FY lives committed. God, they want FY bad. They will get him. My goodness, that was a heavy investment, and they're just lucky that Burning wasn't a little bit healthier. He may have come in and killed off 3-4 heroes.
Yeah, Burning decides to just play it safe. And Vici Gaming, they're kind of just feeling like losing FY there is not going to cause them too many problems. Ehome aren't going to get a tower off it. They had to commit so deep for it, they can't continue, take a tier 1. As a result, we'll see Vici Gaming just look to reset. Once they get their spells back up, they heal up, they're ready to go once more.
Sanjin Yasha nearly complete for Burning, the BKB for Super, and I imagine they see that mech under construction for Ice. Indeed we do. They siege mid, tower, beautiful deny by Lanham, punishing his old teammate. Now shall not have the skull, but Burning's got plenty anyway, he doesn't really care. 301, 6,700 net worth. And now with the tower down, the gateway to the Ehome jungle gods. And now eyes open, they get some more deep wards down. FY playing the shots here as they move through towards the top lane, but they will be scouted and well planted. Dire Observer Ward. Still, it's Vici on the aggression, and it's Ehome very much just sitting back, reacting. Smoke. They have a curse. Brain's gonna get revealed. I don't know if 11 saw him. It was right when he turned the corner.
Look like it.
Sure he did.
Well, in fact, he's...
Yeah, definitely not now. Or maybe he's just bold as all hell, but...
No.
11 likely to be a struggle here. Super's gonna get scouted out. 11 gets off the crush. CTY's just gonna jump into this. This curse could be devastating. It is gonna catch off CTY. Not 11 as he runs. Will escape, but in danger now. The homie missile slowly following him down. Burning wants his cash. Come back here. Come back here, Fishman. I've got a treat. Got a present. It's called Rocket Barrage. See ya. Another double. Vici just making it all look so easy. They did lose their tower, was destroyed by CTY, but...
That couldn't have gone worse as far as the vision working against Ehome there. Their ward only spotted the Shadow Fiend, the other two heroes kind of smoking past it, which meant that Ehome are like, sweet, we get a tower and a Shadow Fiend kill, he's alone, he even walked in by himself, but the two other Ehome heroes who just happened to be smoked were in the perfect position to counterplay the Slider, and very much a case of the vision working against them. The smoke didn't he didn't see the smoke get popped because it popped earlier, and Gaming, bit of luck, but a great just general movement through their own jungle, knowing that Ehome were down in that bottom lane.
Old Chicken pushing out the top lane now. FY does have his glimpse available, and he's gonna probably let it go here. Lanham disruption, knows he can't really run too easily, and in the end, Lanham next on the list. FY, the wrecking crew continues. It's too easy. And this is how you want to be playing Disruptor. When you're on offense. Man, he is scary then.
Ridiculous how much he's getting done this game. I don't know if we're going to get to the Axe Refresher, because if he keeps farming and getting kills like this, Ehome may just be getting pummeled down in this game number 2. Right now, they're yet to get any kind of core items. We're 17 minutes in, we're seeing an Orchid almost completed on CTY's Queen of Pain. Windrange is still fishing for an Aghanim Scepter, and the Blink on Slider, still not there.
Why smoking? Swinging towards bottom. CTY's in the neighborhood. He's got a bit of vision. Feels confident to move in here. Blink step up on the, actually up onto the high ground. Prepping for an ambush, but nobody's waiting. The rest of Ehome off in their own jungle. 11 just looking to farm up that blink. He is about to grab it, but it's a pretty late blink god. 17 minutes in. Can this turn the game? Is this enough?
It's going to depend on their smokes right now. This is where I think Ehome have about 2 smokes at their disposal. They're going to want to use both of them in the next kind of 2 to 3 minutes. If I'm Vici Gaming, the way you kind of counterplay this is by 5-manning. This is the stage of the game where you may not be caught by surprise by the Slaughter Blink, but as soon as you know it's there, you stick together as 5. And the fact they're already 5-manning, I think really is a telltale sign that Vici are expecting that Blink to be online any second. And having a Blink on Slaughter isn't going to change things if Vici Gaming are grouped as 5.
It does feel like you jump in. It's into certain doom. 2 hero catch by Ice Ice Ice. Could roll forward with the snowball, but they wanted to wait for this fissure. It comes now. Shackle shot. Tossed out. Will last Birdie in position, but they get up at first. Fenrir sneaks in from the side, and now they land. And the Winter is called out as well. 11's going to walk back into it. Now tries to retreat. Bam! Whop out of the picture. 11 on the run, and they want a bit more. F-Y's got the glimpse. Bringing back the fish and sushi for dinner. As Vici Gaming just make it a 13-5 score. 4 more quick kills. Yet more objectives coming their way, and even Ice 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 going top to stop any 3-tower push. The creeps, they too will be denied.
Vici's team fight is just too insane right now. Winter's Curse leads into a Static Storm. Wind Ranger couldn't use her escape spell, the Wind Run. Quap couldn't blink away. Slaughter got completely caught out. Ehome's only choices right now is to kind of try and play scrappy Dota, look for pickoffs. They can't split push is the thing here. Disruptor, Tusk, great catch potential. A Winter's Curse, when it's up, is also another great way of catching anyone who split pushes. So for Ehome, they try and just play the farming game. They're going to get caught. Vici Gaming will find the pickoffs. Ehome, their only option right now is to just go for 3, 4, 5-man smoke ganks. And what happens when you run out of smoke?
Such a desperation smoke, too. Look at the lanes right now. They're so pushed in.
They're going to run out of smokes, and then they're going to run out of options. It just feels almost hopeless for Ehome.
They're close. They've got 1 on 11 right now.
An interesting little move.
Oh, this is risky now. Ehome, they're going to move into the Roche pit.
It's
Vici Gaming, no. They have a ward up on the hill. They don't actually see it, but they see a lot of where Ehome is not right now. And now they are going to find Kaka here as he's limping back.
Will this creep scattered out?
They've seen CTY.
Too late, I
think.
think.
Oh no. Looks like they may get the Roche, but this could be punished by a counterplay. FY, somewhat nearby the pit. They're going to take the Aegis. And now the chase comes out. Jackal there just to kill the Ogre Frostmage. Disruption. Let loose.
Still win a team fight.
But they want to move in. 11 trapped in the pit. He's going to blink out in the nick of time. They have vision. Oh, FY already used the glimpse.
Yeah. So
they will get out.
It's very much like for Ehome, it's like, well, is getting a smoke gank getting us a kill or Roche better? Roche is probably a little bit better. The Aegis, to me, doesn't actually make that much of a difference. If Pop's dying once, you're probably dying twice.
I mean, look at Vici. They're like, oh, you have an Aegis. Cool. We have an extra hero we can kill now.
They do not care about this Aegis. That was very much just Ehome making a kind of analysis of the state of the game and decide Roche is a more sure thing. It's guaranteed gold. We go for a kill.
Nice. He gets baited in. Then the Jackal to turn it. But the call down from Burning. Oh, dearie me. Old chicken. Get the hell out of dodge. They do manage to kill up Ice Ice Ice. Well baited and well played by Lanham. Can they turn it now? Super. BKB's down. The drop hold explodes him. Then the Fisher. Ehome finding their fight. This could be the comeback. The curse on 2. But they're all so damn low. They have a Static Storm. Can FY counterplay this? He's got to be the man of the hour. No! CTY slams the door. Rips them to bits. And now they're hunting for Burning. Sprinting forward 11. Doesn't quite have the vision, but he knows the general path Burning's likely to take. Slithering forward. How far do you go? He was close, but not quite there, and it seems Vici may have gotten a little cocky, guys. They just threw away about 5,000 gold and even more experience.
Holy moly, that was just poor execution and cockiness, as you said, than anything else. The Aegis doesn't even come into play there. It was just Ice 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 going in alone, then the SF using the BKB and not getting any kills out of it. He got completely stuck as well with the Demonic Purge, and Ehome just kind of bait Vici Gaming in. They pull him in one by one, and a very well executed team fight from Ehome, and that really will kind of wake up Vici Gaming to the fact that this game is not yet in the bag.
That basically just gave Shaker a full blink. 11 now up to another 700 gold. CTY, he already had the Orchid, now is 2,100 gold. And by the way, they didn't even use the Aegis, and perhaps most importantly, Old Chicken, Aghanims, nearly complete.
And this is where the physical damage coming out from an Amp plus Wind Ranger something Vici Gaming have to be wary of. That was the other big issue with that fight, is Winter Wyvern was kind of stuck in the front lines, had to position very far forward since Ice Ice Dice went diving in, and Wyvern goes down, then you're in trouble. The Cold Embrace is essential for dealing with the Wind Ranger DPS, the Slaughter as well. He's even leveling it over the Arctic Burn, something you do not often see on a Winter Wyvern.
And I really like the way CTY's been playing to completely just negate the Cold Embrace. Last fight we saw, as soon as he sees the Cold Embrace, he just jumps in, throws out the Quapple, it hits multiple heroes, but most importantly, the hero that was embraced, blows up the Shadow Fiend, gets the Scream of Pain off to secure the kill, and yeah, so much for your Winter Wyvern at that point as far as the defensive capabilities, so definitely not the best fight. Vici Gaming. Still, though, they hold an advantage here. They still have a scary team fight, but it is going to be Ehome popping their last smoke for some time. Moving in. Landom gets revealed. The shards come out. Ice 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 backing off. He's got backup. They commit in. Blink forward. Now Kaka with the 2-hero fissure, but there's the Embrace keeping him alive by FY waiting in position, looking for the opportunity. He's going to clip back 11. There's the Requiem. It doesn't quite finish anyone off. It does a lot of damage reduction, though, in the midst of this fight. Now Super being forced back. Vici Gaming scrambling to retreat. They are going to lose Ice 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 on the front lines again, and then 11 dead. It's Chill in exchange for the Shadow Fiend. A 1-for-1 there. Super throwing his body away for the cause, but they have a new focus fire. Old Chicken, he wants a bit more. They could jump this potentially. Blink, Scream, Shackle could fly any second. Oh, he gets nothing but creeps. Old Chicken looking a little rubbery there as Bernie will turn on him. Lays it with the Rocky Barrage. FY gonna tick down. Nope, gets the stick off. One more Shadow Poison. It's gonna be close. And deny me. Oh, no. Yeah, Fenrir. He tried to do the math. Somebody should have slept in class.
Very close to having the Cold Embrace too. Ehome, I think, pretty satisfied again with that team fight, losing just their Slaughter, who's an off-lane kind of utility Slaughter right now, just a Blink Dagger on him, but CTY as well as Old Chicken both coming out on top of that fight. CTY suddenly up to about 3.8k gold. We'll see a new big item coming into play very soon, and this SF is just not really doing enough. I don't really feel like the Blink Daggers paid for itself right now, and Vici Gaming have suddenly seen Super drop off in terms of net worth this game compared to some of the Ehome cores.
It feels like every fight where Ice 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 dies first is just a bad fight for Vici Gaming. Like, they just can't seem to turn them around.
That one there, not entirely, like, he got caught up by the smoke and almost got kept alive. It was just a matter of Vici Gaming could have just either just let Ice 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 die and backed off, and the location of the fight just wasn't, like, Ehome were able to spread apart. That area of the Radiant Jungle was very much a kind of chaotic place where no one was ever caught in like a 2-3 hero Winter's Curse. You couldn't get off a good Static Storm, and Vici Gaming's team fight is very much reliant on Ehome being somewhat grouped up.
So what is the item for Queen of Pain? Completed BKB. Nothing too exciting. But I mean more beyond this. BKB always a good item on Quap. Do you want that, like, right-clicking Quap? Is she the Assault Cuirass bearer of this game, gods? Or do you look for more of a nuker? What's your thinking on the progression now for CTY?
So I think the BKB probably wants to go for an armor item next, be it the AC or the Shivers. I'd slightly lean towards the Shivers here. AC's great, but as you've got a lot of physical damage on your team, but I think the Shivers with the slow just going to negate a lot of the Gyro and the SF and kind of negate their late game potential here. And now after he's got an armor item, then he looks for his late game, be it a Hex, Refresher, these kind of high impact late game pickups.
They are smoked now. Ehome, man, as soon as they get a fresh pack, they pop it right away. They have one coming in 15 seconds, so they will have one more in reserve. And Vici Gaming, dangerously close to getting caught. The ping's coming out now. CTY, he did get revealed. And now Vici know what's up. So they want to make the move. 11's in great position here on the high ground. They can also look to fissure block someone on the other side of the ramp. Everybody ping! Okay, guys, we know your ping buttons are working. They're going to smoke. It's their turn. And immediately, they'll disengage. Kaka backing off, but moving forward is Ice Ice Ice. Straight down the middle lane. No, wrapping to the north. They want to get the jump here. Look for the shards. Look for the snowball. Now they reveal. They jump in, but the snowball strike to deep. This looks like a repeat of that last fight. They will glimpse back Old Chicken and catch him out. And the Rocket Barrage. But damn, what a tackle from the Chicken. Then the disruption, keeping lane. Static Storm deployed. Absolutely hitting nothing. Old Chicken will finally go down. The raises and the AoE from Birdie and Super get the job done, though. Looked like an amazing disengage from Ehome. But still, despite the disruption, despite the 2-hero shackle, they got pounded anyway.
Yeah, this time, when you're actually fighting during the SFBKB, during Winter's Curse, Ehome's going to lose the fight. The last couple of fights, they found a pick-off. They were able to kite around the SFBKB, the Winter's Curse, which didn't even come out in the last fight. This time around, they were committed. And they were committed because of the Disruptor glimpse. Again, it's FY, forcing Ehome into a fight they didn't want to take.
Wah. That hurts.
Yikes.
And that's not an Aghanims ultimate either. That's a long, precious cooldown for Ehome to be missing. Just a bit short. You don't really know if the TP's just started or is about to complete. So a bit unfortunate, but it is going to negate Ehome's opportunities for aggression here. They will get eyes on CTY, but of course he has the BKB, so not as worried about the Glimpse counterplay. More just maybe forced to use it. Looks like they... Oh, they get him. It's actually not him, though. It's Kaka trapping out the Shaker, but no follow-up. Tough chucking out the Shards as well. Things will settle down a bit now. We'll have a breastbite here, guys. I think the teams are running low on smokes at this point. You've got one in reserve now for Ehome. Taking a look at Vici Gaming, they also have one. None other heroes, so... With the smokes down for the most part, Roshan's still a couple minutes from respawning. Less likely we're going to see a big fight.
Yeah. And for Vici Gaming, they're kind of needing their next line of items here. Super's just been on this BKB blink, it feels like, for over 10 minutes now. Gyro, BKB SMY has got the Helmet of the Dominator, still farming like crazy.
Burning has been pitchy a shutout. He's 9-0-5 this game. Been on 14 of 18 kills, and he has yet to die. That is very impressive.
His gyrocopter's been top-notch as of late.
Kaka, oh, what a time for a Sentry Ward to be there. They're going to throw him up in the air. He comes back down, drops the Echo Slam, but Ehome's here to turn it around. They will lose the Shaker. Call down coming through. Oh, it's a doozy from Burning. CTY BKBs tries to fight through it. FY moving forward as the glimpse available. Rushing in is super. There's the raises. The last one not even needed. CTY forced to jump away, and FY, he's diving deeper. He's got a ward on the mid lane. He almost can get the glimpse off onto Lanham. Just lost vision. Throwing out some poison. FY wants him. Tries to get it with the kinetic field. Doesn't quite have it. Still in the dark. Still hunting. Always just around the corner. Come back here, Lanham. I've got a present for you. Not cooperating.
Well, for Ehome, they need to kind of settle down. They won a couple big team fights in a row, but to me, they're still not in the best position to be aggressive here. They need to play around these smokes. Maybe the next one even goes for another Roche Sneak, but having happened once, I very highly doubt Vici Gaming will let it happen once more. If they really want, they can just drop that Ogre Frostmage in the Roche Pit, although for now, Ice Armor acting as a great kind of defensive tool for the Gyro to have against amp damage.
And who needs Lich when you could just dominate a Frost Armor Troop? Burning jumping in, they commit a lot of spells. Girl taking with the call down as well as Static Storm, and pop! See you later. Super jumps in. That will be his last hit. Very nicely played, and just not a whole lot the Wind Ranger can do when she gets jump gods. She really needs a BKB.
Yeah, and that's coming fairly soon. Only about halfway there.
I mean, at what point are Ehome going to be able to take fights? Like, what can they do differently here so they can actually recapture the magic from earlier this game?
It's not any item timing. I think it's very much comes down to execution, having the vision. I'd like to see even like a early gem pickup for Lanham on the Shadow Demon just to get match control. Kaka.
Poor guy, he does have the blink though, but 5 heroes surrounding it, Burning. Bam!
Barely.
Man, he has been on point this game. 11-0-7, and some gods thought he was washed up. Those people were on something.
That BKB use from Super doesn't really matter. He was already down to a 5-second BKB. So at this point, no, it matters because they're going to give up Roche. And that to me was not a trade that Vici Gaming wanted to make. It took a bit too long to get that kill.
You know, you move away, you let down your guard for 10 seconds, Roche is basically dead.
Burning, though, very close to a butterfly now. And they've just itemized in such a way that the physical damage lineup of Ehome in the late game is going to be largely negated. A lot of armor items, they've got abilities and items that help them get out of the amp damage as well. SF going for a Manta style, the Yules on the Disruptor. This makes Ehome's life a little bit more difficult to secure these kills.
Shaker's back, he is going to blink forward, does not TP to the towers, it's on cooldown and they gank that disgusting Ogre Frostmage. Take that. How they get the kill? 11 blinking forward. Yeah. Oh my goodness, this is a bold.
You see where your team is, 11?
Bold Slardar. I think he's lost his mini-map gods. Can somebody help him find it? That was here. I actually think 11's just flat out dead. No, 11. That was not the play.
Yeah. I guess understanding how many Vici Gaming heroes had actually TP'd back to like the mid lane, the bottom lane, because they still had 4 heroes top. It was only a burning TP bottom.
It also seemed like just miscommunication for Ehome. He jumps in, if the whole team's following him, maybe they can make that play, but they were all just backing off to farm and kind of chill in the jungle.
If CTY's there, as well as a few more heroes, you've got an Aegis Queen of Pain, you're fighting into only 4 Vici heroes without the Gyrocopter, who's probably right now the most important teamfight hero for Vici Gaming based on
more damage mid lane. It's CTY blinking away.
Denied.
They'll barely survive.
Nice
but,
play by FY.
They do get the deny there on the Wyvern. Well played, as the Shadow Strike debuffing him.
Will be an AC for CTY, so an armor item, not the one I expected, but definitely something that he needs, having just the 6, now 7 base armor. There's a lot of physical damage coming out from Gyro and Shadow Fiend at this stage of the game. Even a Walrus Punch is something where if Ice picks up a Blink Dagger, you start seeing Blink Walrus Punch initiations. Queen of Pain could die during the stun duration, and he needed something that gave him some defensive power, and the AC, bit of offense as well.
The thing that really worries me for Ehome is just how poor the Slardar is at this point. He's got 6k net worth. He jumps in, he's 1 crush, and he's basically dead.
That's where he wants to make sure with a BKB, he can kind of guarantee at least 2 crushes in a fight, possibly even a 2nd or a 3rd amp damage. He wants to get the most just out of the crush and the lockdown by going for this BKB. He won't have any real late game carry potential, but staying alive, getting off an extra amp damage, getting off an extra slithering crush, and maybe even a 3rd one since you can use the BKB to kind of kite around and just play this hidden run style Slaughter. An item that Ehome will desperately need.
Not often you see a tier 1 mid still alive at 34 minutes, but it stands proudly against Lanham here. Daring the Shadow Demon to come in. He's not going to take the bait.
How do you feel about the Shadow Demon pick? Because we talked a lot about it being like the unusual one. Do you think it's...
I saw one really good disruption mid when they got the... Do you remember the fight where they got the 2 hero shackle?
Yeah.
And they still lost 3 heroes.
Fight, yeah.
It's just, I mean, for me, it's Lanham's played really well on Shadow Demon. It's just the impact isn't there.
The defensive disruption doesn't really help against glimpse catches because the hero's already out of position. So you disrupt them, maybe they stay alive a bit longer, but the whole idea of the glimpse is they're caught out, regardless of disruption or not. So it does feel like because of the disruptor, it has not been all that effective. Bear in mind, disruptor was picked up after the Shadow Demon, so maybe something they weren't kind of anticipating coming out of Vici Gaming.
It's just when you see a Shadow... Well, we're going to have a big fight, so we'll talk about this later. 11 moving it, well, maybe not. Smoking forward. Can you get in position here, slithering about. And Ice off into the trees. Ehome continue to press in, but they're well aware that somebody's in the neighborhood. Ooh. Quick jump, but not quick enough for 11. He's going to catch him, but he may have baited his team into a compromised position. Now the snowball into 11. Everyone gets behind him. They bring down the fish, and now they look for a bit more. Yule Scepter by FY trying to hang on while Old Chicken initiates. Gets up the shackle, but a break, breaks for the break. Completely negating the damage. Old Chicken who continues futilely to try to kill him. FY, can they even finish the job? Nice Winter's Curse as well. And Super lays in Old Chicken trying to run away. CTY doing pretty good physical damage here. He will manage finally to bring down FY, but isn't good enough. Old Chicken now surrounded and likely to go down. That's going to be 4 dead. Uppercuts him into the atmosphere. CTY rejoins the fight for round number 2, but he's on his own. It's only 11 to help him. Lanham, not a whole lot he can offer in terms of offensive firepower. They snowball into 11. They'll get the kill there as well. That's 5 dead actually with the Slardar dying back again. It's another kill for Super. Oh dear God, that's 2 diebacks, 6 kills, and they're not even done yet. Ice, one CTY.
2 diebacks, Aegis taken as well. 7 kills, and they've got a disruptor.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
That's going to be one of the biggest gold swings you'll see in a team fight. 4,000, the Aegis not really affecting the gold change, but Vici Gaming suddenly reaching high ground.
Burning is now 13-0 and 10. Has hardly farmed this game, although he's got 260 CS, constantly coming to fights. And Vici Gaming looking for the clean 2-0 here, in which case they would move on into the winter bracket finals and face an old nemesis god, Secret. Some new faces on both teams. Actually, a lot of new faces. They will finish off the racks now. Ehome down 1 lane and feeling... it just feels bleak. I don't really know. I don't have words to describe how bad this feels if you're Ehome right now.
They've got like decent like high ground team fight defense. You've got a Blink Echo Slam. You've got the Sonic Wave, but you've also got a 20k gold deficit. You're defending against a Gyro who's got a Butterfly and he's going to have another tier 4 item any minute now. Shadow Fiend, similar story. We'll have an Assault Crest fairly soon.
To go back to what you brought up with the Shadow Demon, like compare his impact in that last fight to what the Wyvern does. The Wyvern literally hard counters the Wind Ranger the entire fight. Got off the Shackle Shot, got a really long focus fire, did nothing as well. Old Chicken is going to be turned into a new corpse in the Dire base if he can't get out of this. When they curse him, they will prevent the retreat. Shackle Shot, it slows down the inevitable. Now Super jumping forward, one more architect, there's the Glimmer Cape. He's gonna let the Requiem go, no, not quite enough. He scampers away, but Lanham, now the Sacrificial Lamb, another uppercut from Ice Ice. Jumping forward again, Fisher is gonna trap Lanham into a certain demise. Not overly pleased, though. I don't see him getting out anyway. CTY just watching the world burn. He'll go farm in the jungle. No, I'll TP out. And they really don't care.
No push forward, no Aegis needed, just a massive, overwhelming item advantage, and Gyrocopter without a single death who's just gonna... You can't initiate him, you don't have the damage at this point to bring him down.
Dire's middle
One last
Smoke
hurrah.
in the enemy base. Vici.
This is not the Earthshaker. Yeah, they're trying to get the Earthshaker in a position where it can catch him by surprise.
Yeah, well, when you smoke in front of his base, I don't think there's any surprise about it, guys, but they will get the kill. Now CTY trying to blink away. BKB pop, it doesn't matter. Ehome get fried and served up. A streaking Vici Gaming take this 1-2-0, do it easily, and are now guaranteed top 3 after day 1 of Nanyang.
Yeah, I feel like Vici Gaming, they started off on day 1 of the group stages with 3 draws. They were a bit shaky with their drafts, weren't quite getting their comfortable picks. Now they've just gone for fairly standard picks over and over, but they're doing stuff that works. The SF, the Gyrocopter for burning, all the pieces just fitting together nicely, and Ehome, I feel both games at a drafting disadvantage.